I'm Mindy Yoshikawa here for Sunny Studio Stamps, and I'm here sharing a peek at our Winter 2019 release. Up first we have our Very Merry 6x6 pattern paper. It comes with 12 unique prints on one side and 12 on the other, and 2 of each print. We have the houses and the here we have a print that would be great for a card background. Really fun rainbow stripe. Another daytime background, and some Santa Clauses, and then a rainbow stripe. And this one here is a snowflake print, and candy canes on an aqua background, and these are Christmas lights on a black background, and rainbow dots, and a holly print. And then on the back we have I think 5 different colors. I included extras of red, so we have actually 4 different prints in red, because I just found last year that I used a lot of red and wished I had more. So there's this great heart print that would be transition well to Valentine's Day as well. And I love this print. It's just a diagonal. It's a little bit bigger than our diagonal found in our gingham prints, and it's a really good versatile one. And then our next set of paper is called Subtle Gray Tones, and it has all tone-on-tone gray and white. So there's a sunburst pattern on one side, and on the back is a wavy stripe, and then here we have a polka dot, and then a larger polka dot on the back. And these are all probably prints that you find familiar in our other sets, but we've had some requests for some basic tone-on-tone because they love those prints. So we wanted to make them available all in one set here. So here's a gingham. And this one's a little hard to see on video, but it's a floral print, like our flirty florals, and then the wood grain on the back, and a diagonal stripe with a wide vertical stripe, or horizontal, how you turn it. And then this one's a really fun gradient pattern, and then diamonds. And this one is a little star print, kind of like you'd see in our surprise party, and then a larger star print, and a little tiny dot, and then more of like a snowy dot, and grid and striped. So it's just a really great thing to be when you want just a little bit more than a white cardstock with a little interest, but not something that's going to really interfere with and draw too much attention to it. With this release, we also have 2 new tag sets. This one here are called our Scalloped square tags and our Scalloped circle tags. Here's a look at how they look when they're cut out, and the square version. And these coordinate perfectly with our fancy frames. So our fancy frame squares and our fancy frame circles, they just line up perfectly so that you can layer them over the top for another fun look. Here I'm just showing that they line up again. Just really good versatile sizes. And for the littlest tag, I created them with the fancy frames there, and then I just cut some solid cardstock on the back. So, and I used the tone-on-tone prints from our Very Merry paper. And then I used the snowflakes from our snowmen and our To and From, or To and Love, from the new Season's Greeting stamps. And here I've used the bigger tag. I'm going to just use double-sided adhesive and adhere this right down to my package. And for these tags, I actually have another red on the back that says To and From that I didn't flip over and show you, but since they hang. And then some little piggy tags using the circle version. Up next is our new Christmas garland frame, and this comes with the garland frame that you see there, along with the words Merry Christmas and some layered berries. Here's an example of that cut out. And I have several cards using it. So we have here a card that is paired with the layered poinsettia and a greeting from our new Season's Greetings stamp set. And I layered those berries and added some glossy accents over the top. And here I have the wood grain embossing folder and used those Merry Christmas words from the set together with pine cones from Christmas trimmings. And here's our silver bells stamps together with those same elements. And here's a look at the wood grain embossing folder. It has really good texture. I would say you get the best results if you use a heavier cardstock. So for these examples here, I've used 110 pounds, but you get two different looks whether you want to use it vertically or horizontally. So here I've showed you both. And up next we have our snowflake circle frame, and it comes with a whole array of snowflakes in different sizes as well as a little frame. And here I have a little frame. Sorry, I'm holding it under my arm here. But this is what the little frame would look like. It's great all year round. It's not limited to just Christmas cards. And here's two cards I created with those. And our next frame is called our layered snowflake frame, and it comes with two frames that can layer over the top of each other and two words that can be used either together, stacked up and down, or next to each other. They were made separate. And here's a card using the two frames stacked and then the smaller one on the inside. And I did a pop-up card here inspired by Jennifer McGuire. She has a video which I link at our blog. And I used the 3 of the 4 snowflakes on the outside and then the 4th one on the inside. Up next is a card, a shaker card featuring the layered snowflake frame, and I used those same snowflakes on the outside. I did 2 layers of foam tape to really build it up to allow those items to shake freely. And I used our Happy New Year from our Season's Greetings stamps. Up next is another one using that same frame and our little snow people from Feeling Frosty. Here's a closer look at our new Feeling Frosty stamps. It comes with 6 snowmen and a Christmas tree, a hot cocoa mug, and a number of cute sentiments. For this card here, I've used our Frosty Flurries in the background, and then I did a Resist Technique watercoloring over the top there on the outside. And then I also used the new Scalloped square tag dies to create my rectangle, which I kind of ran off the edge of my machine. For this card here, I colored my trees in a bunch of different colors to keep things playful, and then use those Christmas lights from the Scenic route stamps. Up next is our new Hogs and Kisses stamps, which has a speech bubble and 3 fun little piggies and a couple different sentiments you can mix and match, which I use here on this card. I also use those same scalloped square dies to create my little frames, and then I used, for this particular one, the die and not the stamp for my greeting. And here we have a fun card using our fluffy cloud dies together with the scalloped border, and I added little wings from our Pet Sympathy stamp to make them flying pigs. And then these tags as well, which I stamped on the back with the to and from. This is another really fun little project using the pigs together with our Sweet Treats bag. And I used the little hat and scarf from the Merry Mice, which I'll be showing here in a minute. Here they are. So our Merry Mice come with a number of really cute mice doing different things for the holidays. We got the stocking and the mug and a caroler and a fun little cheese tree and a little snowman with some fun punny sentiments. Up first is a card using that same Christmas garland frame. It's kind of like you're peeking in on their little mouse hole, seeing their Christmas. I used the fireplace and stockings from our Santa Claus Lane set, and then everything else is from the mice. Here's a card with using that mug with a mouse, and I used the speech bubble from the pigs and the little hot cocoa mug from the Feeling Frosty and mugs from Mug Hugs. And then a shaped Christmas card using our fireplace card die. I colored it in the flames with my Copic and embossed the front. And there you can kind of see how it looks when you score it and attach them. Here I use the little carolers together with our Scenic Route houses and the Frosty Flurries for my background, and our Christmas word from the Christmas Garland frame dies again. And here's another one using the houses from Scenic Route, just two different looks there. I did a little kind of a pink glow for my background, and the mice are wearing the different hats, so you can dress them up and have fun. And here is a look at our Santa Claus Lane. It comes with a chimney, a really fun tree, lights that you can continue on a border, which I show later, a little stocking and a fireplace, and Santa's bag and presents and ornaments to decorate the tree, and a sleigh, and a couple different Santa options. Here I've created a little frame using our oval scalloped from the fancy frames in the windows from our sweet treats. You can see Santa in a sleigh from Here Comes Santa. And I've kind of made my scene glow from the fireplace, so I colored everything lighter on the inside and darker on the edges. For this card, I'm using our background from Very Merry paper pad, and that glowing moon just perfectly frames the Santa, and I set my sentiment on a curve to match the curve of the snow. And for this card, I used our subtle gray tones pattern paper together with Santa Claus Lane to create a really fun scene for Christmas that just feels warm and cozy with all the little elements, including a wreath from our Christmas icon stamps. And here I used our Cruising Critters stamps positioned into the sleigh. I just cut off the car with that background from our Very Merry papers. And here I have Santa sticking upside down out of the roof. For this one, I used those little light bulbs that I continued, and then the windows from Sweet Treats house add-on. And then for my background, I inked it up with some of this Sharpie to look like snow or stars. And then I used a little speech bubble from our comic strip speech bubbles to put the ho ho ho. And here's another card using that same Sharpie for my background. And then I used our Scenic Route stamps to create that snowy hillside with the trees. And here's another one using Santa Claus Lane with the Scenic Route. For the Scenic Route, it cut off right there and right there. So then I just masked it off and stamped some more of those snowy hillside to continue it off the edge. And here's our new layered poinsettia dies. These come with, like, I believe 5 layers to create really dimensional poinsettias. Here's a little layering guide on the back that shows you how to assemble them. And this is our new Season's Greetings sentiment stamp set. It comes with 3 large greetings and a couple different options for to and from. Here's an example with our layered poinsettia and that Merry Christmas from our Christmas Garland frame. And here I've used my Copics to add detail for these. This one is using the poinsettia the way it's shown on the front cover of the product. And I use those same Season's Greetings little pieces to create a wreath using a wreath builder template from Gina K. And I added some glossy accents to my berries to make them shine. And And just a closer look at the embossed background for this card. I created that with a brayer and applying ink to my embossing folder from the new Buffalo Plaid embossing folder. And here's an example of it just in white with a tone-on-tone look. It's really fun. I love this texture. And here's a closer look at our new Scenic Route stamps. So you have 4 different borders. You have the houses, you have the trees, and you have the light bulbs, and then some little snowflakes and different things in the background that you can use, and then this heart border. It'd be a great thing to put trailing behind our airplane. So here is the houses and the snowy hillsides with the trees, more houses, more houses. I really like that one. And the light strings, and these would be really fun, I think, even for like a summer patio party where you have them all glowing in like yellow. And here's a little free die that you get with all orders placed with us this holiday season while supplies last. And I've used it for this card here using our Merry and Bright from our Merry Sentiment stamps, and a free download we have for that string there. And here's another look at our Sweet Treats dies and our Sweet Treat house add-on that I used to make these fun little treat bags. That one is with our Happy Halloween stamps, and this one's with our Santa Claus Lane. And here's another one using Santa Claus Lane together with the house add-on, which I added some acetate to the windows there, so you can see Santa peeking out the window. And I kind of backed him in some red cardstock to match the inside so that he blended in to the inside. And here's a little house that I've created with a magnetic closure. And another house using our wraparound box dies. And another look at the handled version of this bag. I share a full tutorial that I'll link down below. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like this 2019 holiday release. Thanks.